Alright, dear Samsung, I'm making this video and I know that someone had to make this one because there is something seriously wrong in the way that the customer service is working with the Samsung Canada, and this is coming from someone who had been there in the Indian market or the Asian market for his entire lifetime, and I know the difference between the Samsung India and the Samsung Canada right now. Now, when you love something, you criticize it more because you want that thing to be better in general and you have higher expectations for it. Now, Samsung is one of the companies which I love the most. My first Samsung smartphone was a Samsung Wave 723 with a Vada OS, and I still remember my first Android smartphone, that was the Samsung Galaxy 3 in India. Then I purchased the Galaxy 5, the Galaxy S1 and all the way up to Samsung Galaxy S20. And I did not purchase the Samsung S21 and the 22 because I wanted to wait for something that was real and a genuine update, and that was where I wanted to spend my money on. But because Samsung is not letting me to do that, I wanted to bring up this thing that how Samsung Canada is lacking behind in the terms of customer service. And this is not something that just I am telling. You can go to the Reddit forums and you can see that how bad the service with the Samsung Canada is right now. I want to start with a simple customer service over the web. I have two words: polite with lack of professionalism. Samsung knows how to talk to their customers and making them realize that you are an important one. But I have three incidents which no big YouTuber will cover. Sorry MKBHD, sorry the unbox therapy. I know all those guys are able to get the smartphones on the very first days, and that is the only reason that they are not able to go through the similar issues which I am seeing with the Samsung customer service in Canada. Now on to the number one incident which I experienced was during the Flip 4 launch in Canada. At the launch, the smartphone was very cheap and the trade-in value with my Samsung Galaxy S20 was fairly good as well. I was getting about a value of 400 Canadian dollars, which was something which I was not expecting, but because it was on a promo, I was getting a lot more out of my Samsung Galaxy S20, which I could trade in to get a new Samsung Galaxy Flip 4. Now, after everything, when I had it into my cart and I was able to get the value for my trade in, when I went to check out, the value changed entirely, and I did it a couple of times even with the customer service people, so that I know that I'm not doing something wrong. There was a major bug on the Samsung website when the Galaxy Flip 4 was launched, and after a couple of follow-ups with Samsung, no one was able to reach out to me, and that was a very sad story because what I was expecting was that Samsung will reach out to me in a day or two or even three, or at least before that offer was about to end, someone would have reached out to me and give me the value which I was expecting with the trading with my Samsung Galaxy S20 in order to get a Samsung Galaxy Flip 4, which never happened. And it is 5 months from that experience now. I never heard back from Samsung. I created two different tickets for the same case, but no one reached out to me at that time. And this one over here is the saddest part and start of something which I would not expect from Samsung Service Center or the Samsung customer support in Canada. Now, the second thing that I experienced was with my Samsung account, which thanks to Samsung that they deactivated it for no reason. I created a case with Samsung and had a ticket number. They gave me a link to change the information on my account, which never worked. So this was something, a start of another bad experience. Now what they told me was I can reactivate my account by creating another ticket, and this time I have to include the IMEI number and serial number of a Samsung smartphone. But hey, this time around I did not have a Samsung smartphone with me because these people never helped me with the Galaxy Flip 4. I waited for a few months and got a Pixel 7 for me, and they did not want the serial number for Pixel device because it doesn't make any sense. I want to activate my Samsung account, and that Samsung account does not have to do anything with any Samsung product whatsoever. But these people said if I do not have a serial number and if I do not have an IMEI number, they would not be able to help me with this case. And after 2 hours of struggling and fighting with them, they created a case ticket for me, and it had been 6 days from that incident and no one reached out to me. And hey, I would tell you the reason that why would I want to activate my Samsung account in a bit, because it is something a very crucial thing that I want to discuss with you guys. I will come to on the third thing and you will know why. Now the third thing was that I pre-ordered a Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra using the same email ID which was deactivated before, but that was okay. I thought, Samsung can reactivate that account, it is not a major deal, and even if I do not have that Samsung account, the same one, it is okay for me. I just use that email ID for a guest order, which is okay. Now, because I was actually supposed to get the pre-orders to be shipped on February 8th, which did not happen to start with, I went to the Samsung website to investigate more, and over there they showed the new date to be March 2nd, and I was like, hey, these people never notified me that they are changing the shipment dates, but I was okay with it. I thought, okay, maybe it will take a week more or 2 weeks more, or something like 15-25 days more, but the issue was not there. The issue was again with their website. Now what happened with that website is that I was able to see my products, but all of those 3 products were showing the Samsung Galaxy Bud 2 photograph instead of the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra and the screen protector that I ordered along with the free Galaxy Buds 2. So all those products in the list were showing the Samsung Galaxy Buds 2 instead of the actual product, which was like, hey, there is some bug in here again. And because I experienced something same in the past as well, I was more concerned about this order, and that was why I wanted my original Samsung ID, the original Samsung account, to be activated so that I can see the same product under the same ID that was my primary ID which I gave for the same order. But hey, Samsung does not want to help you. They want the IMEI number and the serial number of the phone, which is not yet delivered to me, which is not something that I expect from Samsung, because I'm someone who had been dealing with Samsung from the past 6 to 7 years or even more. Maybe I am 29 right now, so yeah, maybe from the past 11 years I am dealing with Samsung smartphones, and never ever I had any issues with Samsung India. Even if I am in a very small town, I have 3 service centers within a radius of about 8 to 12 kilometers, and even the bigger towns like New Delhi, Chennai, these places would have almost 20 to 30 Samsung official smartphone centers which are not available in Canada, which is something that I want to discuss as well. Now I wanted to see that what all are the official customer service support centers in Canada where I can go to, and what I found was very interesting, because there is no official Samsung service center, or if there are some, not a lot of them, because I could see some Samsung experience stores and I do not know if those people are able to repair the smartphones or no. But other than that, I could find that the mobile clinic and the cell phone repair are one of those brands who are helping Samsung in fixing the smartphones if you're buying the smartphones in Canada right now. And I'm like, or maybe in some regions it would be you break it, I fix it. I do not think so that we have it in Canada. I could be wrong. Again, you can comment in the comment section below and let me know if we have that brand in Canada or no, but I know that this brand is there in at least USA, and over there I believe that they might have a very similar situation as we are having with the Samsung Canada. So dear Samsung, I know now that why a lot of people are buying the Apple smartphones in the Canadian market rather than going for the Samsung ones. I can see the lack of support with the Canadian market, and I can see that not a lot of people in the customer service support are helping out. This is the second time where I created a case and no one reached out to me in order to help with that case. Even though all those cases were escalated to the highest levels, no one reached out to me. If you cannot take care of your customers, not a lot of people would buy Samsung smartphones. And if you can work like something in India where the customer support is like nowhere in the world, I believe that in the North American market you can beat the iPhones and even can do much more better, because I know that the Samsung smartphones are one of the greatest in the market. I love the displays, I love the processors, I love everything about the Samsung smartphones, and that is why I wanted to make this video. Dear Samsung, if you are listening, please fix these issues at least in the North American market. So that was my views about the Samsung Canada and the difficulties which I am having in this very particular region. I know a lot of people will agree with it and a lot of people won't agree with it. For those people who agree with it, do hit a like on this video. That was me, Anshul. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.